And hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment. Well, pretty much we got a week, 10 days, whatever you want to call it, for X-Men Apocalypse. So I figure I better wrap this up now because if I don't do it now, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to start talking about a little movie I like to call X-Men. Yes, that's right. I have all the X-Men movies, so I'm going to start doing the reviews as much as I can before the next one comes out. Okay, so X-Men 1 came out in 2000, and it was directed by Bryan Singer. Now this was basically the first step to this entire superhero genre that we all know and love and hate and love and hate and love and hate. Because there are movies that we don't like, there are movies we love, you know, yada yada yada, from DC, Marvel, and now X-Men. And we had movies before from the Marvel brand, but you know, we had, you know, Blade at the time and Daredevil, but you know what? This was the film that basically changed it, you know, for being, you know, too campy, from Batman and Robin being all those colorful, you know, rainbows in that movie, to being completely dark. And, you know, if you want to know something about the X-Men film, they wanted to go all cartoony with this movie. But Bryan Singer was like, you know what, let's just take it in this approach, and let's see how it turns out. And it ended up being phenomenal. I love this movie. It's got it's got Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, and Hugh Jackman, obviously. Now, playing their, you know, Professor X, Magneto, and Charles Xavier. And if you don't know who the X-Men are, the X-Men are a bunch of people who are, you know, they have abilities, and they're seen out of, you know, out of their character as weird people. They, you know, a lot of normal people who don't have these special abilities look at them as weirdos and freaks and monsters. So you have Professor X, who has a house or school where he takes the children and turn them into superheroes, pretty much. And then you have Magneto, who basically, you know, he wants to protect his own kind, and he wants to wipe out humanity. And X-Men is awesome. There are so many different things why I like about this movie, because first off, yeah, I think the internet was kind of just starting to grow, so I don't know too much about this, but I'm pretty sure there were a lot of people who like, oh, who the heck is this Hugh Jackman guy? Isn't he in Broadway or whatever? They want this guy playing Wolverine. We know who Wolverine is. Wolverine is the guy with the claws who can heal, got metal claws, or also known as adamantium. And he's just great. Everybody loved him, and now we cannot see him go away. But we'll get to that in another 1,000 years. Hopefully, if he can stay. But yeah, X-Men is just awesome. You know, they really focus a lot about how, you know, the prejudice of how people treat them. You know, a lot of people think they were freaks. You know, they wanted to wipe them out. Were they dangerous? What can the government do? You know, it was all those kind of things. And also they had that problem going for them, and they know how to try to keep a low profile. And then you have Magneto trying to basically take over the world, and of course they have to stop them. They have Cyclops, you have Storm, you have Jean Grey, you have Sabretooth, Toad, Mystique. It's a great film. It's a little outdated now if you watch it. Like, if you've never seen it, I've seen it about 1,000,000,000 times, so I know if it's a little outdated, but to me it's still great and I love it. But yeah, other than that, it's basically what sets up the movie for Marvel. Basically, if it wasn't for X-Men, I don't know if Marvel would have been like movies, you know, because, you know, Iron Man hasn't come out yet. You know, Disney had the rights to it, but didn't have the rights to it at that time. And they weren't going to make an Iron Man and Captain America movie for another couple of years. Spider-Man was about to come out the next following year at Sony, because, you know, the brand, you know, they had to separate the comics. But yeah, X-Men, to me, I think really changed the game, what movies are. They had the dark tone for what it was, but also kept the lightness of it. And the humor was great. The actors were phenomenal. Patrick Stewart, to me, Professor X, was incredible. He's always going to be great. Even McKellen as Magneto, when you go to his backstory of, you know, how he was in, you know, he's a Polish kid, so, you know, how the Jews were, you know, mistreated, and how he had to deal with that, and his powers, and he losing his family. And it's, you know, freaky, but yeah, it's it's just a good film. I suggest you watch it if you really want. If you've never seen it, you should watch it because it's awesome. Like I said, it's a little outdated, but you know what? You won't even notice. You'll have so much fun with this movie. So I'm going to give this movie a 10 because it's just that awesome. Well, so let me know what you think. Did you like it? Have you ever seen the X-Men movies? And which is your favorite so far? In the comment below, let me know. And also, let's let you know, I am doing 2 through all of them, and they're all going to be spoilers. So if you didn't see this movie, I apologize for not mentioning it. But yeah, this movie had spoilers in it, but like I said, at the end of the movie, Magneto does get locked up in prison. He gets a plastic prison because he can control metal. So there you go. Well, anyway, there you go. So there's X-Men 1. Stay tuned for number 2. It's coming up soon, maybe tonight. I don't know yet. Well, I'll let you know. Thank you, and have a good day.